NBA season kicking off on Tuesday night. Gonna be lit as fuck. See the new look Celtics and new look Cavs. So gonna see the impact of that trade right away. Kyrie Irving now on the Celtics, obviously, and Isaiah Thomas, he's out with the hip, so probably D Rose. They said LeBron James is doubtful. LeBron James is gonna come. I think he's gonna show out. It's gonna be easy Tuesday night. I think Cavs will get it done. I think it's Rockets Warriors too on opening night. I think the Warriors will get those rings and that'll motivate them. But two good solid opening games. TNT Tuesday, good job. Lakers have their opener. Thursday versus the Clippers. NBA season preview projections. I feel like this year this is gonna be a very competitive year in the Western Conference. I think it's really gonna be really hard to get in the top 4 or 5. My NBA projections, at least, is I think in the Western Conference this year, the Warriors get the first seed once again. 65-win team, I think. The Warriors are solid. KD, Draymond Green, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson. They got a good bench. You know, they re-signed some guys. They got Swaggy P, so they're getting kind of better. So I really like where they're going with this. I like how they're playing. Their style is up-tempo. I think they'll get 65 wins. It's just... They're just going to keep going like they did last year and win a lot of games. Even though the West got competitive, I still think the Warriors are going to bring their A game. And now, after a year of having KD and figuring it out, they're completely figured out and done. So I think it's going to be an interesting year for them. And I think they get 65 wins. Projected to finish second. I think even though Kawhi Leonard and Tony Parker were banged up at the end of the playoffs, and maybe Kawhi might not play to start the season, I still think the Spurs get to 60 wins, 62 wins. I think Greg Popovich is a master whiz in terms of getting wins and playing well in the regular season. I think Manu Ginobili is going to show out. I think the Spurs every year, I think as long as Kawhi Leonard and Greg Popovich are both on that team, you can never count out the San Antonio Spurs. They have taken down a step. I think they lost Jonathan Simmons in free agency. That'll be a huge blow to their bench. But I just think the Spurs, the way they're playing, the consistency, the way they are, I just think it's too easy for them. And I think the Spurs will easily be able to get 60 wins. The Oklahoma City Thunder, picking up George and Melo in their big off season. I think they're going to make a splash. Even with George, I thought they were going to be a 61 team because last year they won almost 50, 52, 53 games and they were, they won about 50 games last year. And that was just with Russell Westbrook. Now you got Melo and George to the equation. I think it will not work early on. But I think the Thunder will be able to click enough to get wins. I think they're a 61 team as well. I have them getting 61, right behind the San Antonio Spurs. I just feel like when you play the Spurs, you have to be disciplined, and they may play the Spurs earlier. So I just don't see it happening right now, them being better than the Spurs. So I put the Thunder at the 3 seed. Number 4, I got the Rockets. The new look Rockets, CP3 and Harden are going to work very well. Mike D'Antoni is going to get another point guard for his amazing system. It's not amazing. You don't really play that much defense, which is a major concern, I feel like. The only major concern. But yeah, I think that 60-win team, I think it's really good that they're putting it all together, and I think they'll be very good. I think early on they're going to have problems sharing the ball, but I do think that even if they do, it won't affect their overall wins. They're a competent team, and I think they can get 60 wins. But this year is just too competitive. 60 wins will get you a 4 seed this year is what I'm thinking. Timberwolves. This is my surprise / upset pick, right? Because think about it. You got Wiggins, Towns. Wait. Never mind. They traded Levine, didn't they? Oh, and Chris Dunn. Okay. So, a team of Wiggins, Towns, and Butler. So, like, they have a good point guard, too. Jeff Teague they picked up. So, they got a solid starting lineup. They got a solid starting lineup. So, 55-win team. I can't dispute it because last year they won about 35 or some shit, but they didn't have a fucking closer. Nobody could close them out. This week they have a closer, and I think they get it done. It's just I like the way this Timberwolves team is constructed because of how they play around. And I just think early on sharing ball will be a problem. One basketball, but I think 55 wins, right? Portland Trailblazers, Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum up in there. Damian Lillard always gets snubbed from the All-Star game, and he's so good. So I think this is the year Damian Lillard finally makes that All-Star game. Nope, never mind. No, he doesn't. Too many guards in the Western Conference. I feel bad for him, but I think the Trailblazers get 49 wins. I think Jusuf Nurkic works big time. I think even though, they'll be playing a lot better, closer to 50 wins, I just think because of the competitive West, like I said earlier, 49 wins is going to get you a 6 this year. It's just how it goes. Trailblazers will get some big wins. They'll play well. They'll show out. They're always a good team. Defensively, they need to improve, but offensively, they got all the pieces. They're playing very, very well. So, Denver Nuggets with the acquisition of Paul Millsap. So the NBA is going small, and they go big. But I think it'll actually work in all seriousness. I like Jokic. He's more of a passer, jump shooter, so I think it won't create too many problems up there in Denver. I think Denver will play really, really well to kick off the season. I think Denver is one of those teams, They'll be solid, they'll be good, and I think this year they break even to get a 7. I think they'll come in at about like 45 wins. I like the Nuggets. I think just overall the Nuggets are a better team, and it's just the Nuggets are good. It's just, the guards are trash. Jameer fucking Nelson. Got a cupcake, man. Fucking Christ. I'm not a huge fan of Jameer Nelson. Anyway, yeah, the Nuggets will play well. They'll be a solid team. The Memphis Grizzlies, I think, will take the biggest fall off this season. No Vince Carter, obviously. Got rid of Zach Randolph. I think they got rid of too many pieces. I think it's gonna be tough for them to recover. I think they'll still get an 8 seed, but they'll come in at 41 and 41, 82 games. I think they'll break even this year. I don't think this is a rebuild year for Memphis. I think Memphis still has good pieces in Marc Gasol and stuff. I just don't see Memphis being a better team. But, it is what it is. Memphis is a good team. But you can never really say anything, because then bam, 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 So, Memphis, they'll be an 8 seed. They're always a tough team defensively. It's offensively, they can't put the ball in the basket sometimes. So I think that'll catch up to them in this competitive West. Okay, moving to the Eastern Conference projections, I think, for this season. The Cleveland Cavaliers, I think, without Kyrie Irving, LeBron James is going to go off. If he's not resting. In all seriousness, I do think the Cavs get 60 wins with this roster. The rest of the East is weak. Let's move on. The Cavs get 60 wins because the East is weak as fuck, okay? The only real competitors are the Celtics and the Wizards, okay? Everyone else is trash. And they're not even real competitors, okay? They're just there for eye candy so that the conference doesn't look that weak. God. The Celtics, I think Kyrie Irving's going to go off. Hayward's going to go off. They're going to lose a lot of games initially. I think they're going to fall to 2 seed this year. They're going to get 55 wins. Kyrie Irving is going to play out of his mind. I think Gordon Hayward's going to play well. I think they're really going to mesh. They're going to mesh well together. They're really going to, Hayward's going to play well and Irving's going to play well. They're going to help each other out. Early on, like I said, it won't work out because Kyrie's fucking ball dependent. But I think they'll figure it out, and eventually, I think, Celtics get it done, 55 wins. I have the Toronto Raptors. Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan are only good in the regular season. They suck come playoff time. But in the regular season, I like their track record. So I think, and both are good players. They just, in the playoff, they just, So, and that was a choke, by the way. You'll want me to do it again. Anyway, I think the Raptors would get 52 wins, coming at the 3. The Washington Wizards, I feel like are going to take a little bit of a leap. I think they'll get a 4 because I like the Washington Wizards, John Wall, Bradley Beal, but I just don't know if they can really put it together all in the regular season. They are usually a good team. I think they're only going to win 47 games. I just feel like they don't have that much of a defense, and you kind of need a defense to win games because you can't let the other team outscore you. So, yeah, I think obviously the Wizards just to shore up that that defense. So, sorry guys. you know. You lost. Sheesh. So they get that 4 seed at 47. The Philadelphia 76ers is my surprise in this one as a 5 seed. Both of my 5 seeds are surprises. But I think they get 45 wins. I said this last week. Simmons, Fultz, and Embiid all play well. Who knows? The process is going faster. The process is processing. That was terrible. Okay, anyway, yeah, they get 45 wins, and they make it to the playoffs at 5 seed. Yep. I think Markelle Fultz is going to have a career year. I think they're all going to play really, really well. They're going to mesh. They're going to get some big wins, and they're going to get the ones that matter. So I think at the end here, at the end of the Eastern Conference, it's going to decline a little bit. I think the Milwaukee Bucks come in at 6 at 42 wins. I like the Milwaukee Bucks. They're too young, and they can't get wins. They didn't make that huge leap to 6 last year after being terrible for the beginning of the year. But they were able to make a huge leap and get to the 6th seed, I think, last year. And they did, yeah, they lost to the Raptors, and I think 6 or 7. But, yeah, so they probably, Bucks will get 42 wins. Bucks are still relatively young. I like them. They're a good team. So I would like to see them succeed. It's always good to see young teams like themselves play really, really well. They're good, they play well, they mesh, and if they get everything together. But I still think this year's a 42 win. I think this is still a bridge year. I think next year is really going to be the Bucks' breakout year. After they get everything figured out, everyone's healthy, Jabari Parker's playing well. I mean, if Jabari Parker gets injured, I say trade him. He's not doing anything, so trade him. Okay? Charlotte Hornets up in here. I think they're only going to win 40 games. No bench, not really. Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker is going to lead them to 40 wins. The East is completely, gone. So, I think the Hornets, for staying together, they'll be able to win. They'll be able to win some good games, some solid games. They'll be a 7 seed, I think. They won't make it far in the playoffs. I like Kemba Walker, but it's the fucking Hornets. Sheesh. So, I'm sorry. I don't see them going anywhere as a team. This year, they will win 40 wins, but that's it. The Miami Heat is my number 8 team. I would love to see LeBron return to there for the playoffs. It's nice, because LeBron, he's playing well. He's doing his stuff, but, it's just nice to, sometimes see, hey, LeBron, but hey, it's nice to, help out and see what's up, but it's good to, yeah, but the Miami Heat, I think they're only winning 35 games because of, how they played at the end of last year and how they're playing right now. So I just think it's, it's good. It's good for them. They're playing really, really well, and they're getting the job done. So I like Miami. It's going to be nice weather down there, though. So for the awards, I think Executive of the Year is going to go to Sam Presti. Like I said, he got both Melo and George, and if they win 60 games, who knows, honestly, because 60 games is a lot of games in the NBA, especially in that competitive West, and I think his moves will put the Thunder in the Western Conference Finals, so I think he'll get Executive of the Year. Sixth man, Iguodala almost got it last year. Iguodala will get it this year. I think with the more of the teams they're facing, Iguodala is going to play a bigger role. Iguodala almost went to the Rockets, if you heard about that report. But I think he will, he will ultimately stay and play really, really well with the Warriors. I think he'll win 6 man because the West is getting more competitive now. And I really, really like how they're playing. All these fucking All-Stars in the West, and nobody's in the goddamn East. So, terrible. It's terrible. But Coach of the Year, I think, goes to Tom Thibodeau. T-Wolves, 55 wins. That's going to be an improvement for 35. I think they're going to play really, really well early on. I think they're really going to mesh. I said the reverse, so don't kill me. But I think they're going to not mesh early on, and then they're going to mesh later on. And I think they're going to take a huge splash. So, I think, Tom Thibodeau's really going to help out in that and help them, play better, but, yep. So, anyway, sorry about that cut. Defensive player of the year, I would say DeAndre Jordan. The Clippers, they're not going anywhere this year. But I really, really like the way DeAndre Jordan plays on the boards. I think he has the potential to be Defensive Player of the Year, and I think this is his year to be Defensive Player of the Year. I really like the way he plays, his style, his defensively. He's a big guy, he's a center. He could get blocks. He could go inside. He could do a lot of various different things. So I think DeAndre Jordan wins Defensive Player of the Year. I really, really like DeAndre Jordan because of what he what he brings to the table in terms of the team. So I think DeAndre Jordan will get Defensive Player of the Year. NBA MVP, I think, goes to Kawhi Leonard. I really, really like Kawhi Leonard. I think, he's a good player. He plays well. He shows out. He shows up. So I just think Kawhi Leonard, he'll get it done. He'll get it done. I just think, with all this stuff going on and all this stuff happening, I think Kawhi Leonard is just a really, really solid player. And the way he plays defensively, offensively, his IQ, everything. It's just crazy, and I think it's gonna, it's gonna really, really help. And I think Kawhi Leonard, gets it done against the San Antonio Spurs. With the San Antonio Spurs, takes him to a 61 season. I think a 61 season in that competitive West is enough to give him an MVP. It's nice. It's nice to see Kawhi Leonard finally win MVP because he's been deserving it for so many years. Most improved player, Devin Booker for the Phoenix Suns. I feel like we'll win this one. Devin Booker's already a great player, but I think Devin Booker's going to score more this year. Devin Booker's going to average 25 points a game. He's finally molding and developing. I think defensively he's going to play better. He's going to lead the Suns to more wins. I feel like, I don't really know about that one, but he'll definitely help the Phoenix Suns. So I think that'll get him most improved of the year. Rookie of the year, I think, goes to Markelle Fultz. Yes, Markelle Fultz is really, really good. I really, really like Markelle Fultz. He plays well. He meshes well with the team. So I just think, Markelle Fultz, just the way he, he's going to put the score up. He's going to help the Sixers to a 5 seed. And I like Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, they're good players. But when you lead your team to the playoffs in the first year, that's going to give you NBA MVP. And I just think that's it. You know what I mean? That's what I think that's just how that's going to work, man. NBA MVP. It's just, Rookie of the Year. Teammate of the Year is going to go to Stephen Curry. I think Steph Curry's going to have a lot of fun on that sideline. He's always having fun. Shimmying, playing well, taking down opponents. I'm not a huge fan of him doing that, but I like when he does it because it's funny and he trolls the living shit out of everybody. So I really, really like Stephen Curry, and I just think he's going to win Teammate of the Year because how involved he is. Don't win Teammate of the Year when you get a fucking Supermax, though. I'm just saying. Sportsmanship of the Year. Dirk Nowitzki. Last year got something else. Teammate of the Year. I think this year gets Sportsmanship of the Year. He always shows great sportsmanship when he loses, and I think he will again. It's a good award for him. Good job. Dirk Nowitzki. Sorry about that. Dirk Nowitzki, playing, doing really, really well. End of his career, so obviously they want to give him all these awards by the time he's done. But hey, it's a deserved award for him. He's a very, very good player. He very, very deserves this. I like all the appreciation he's getting. Dirk Nowitzki in the beginning of his career, now he's getting all this appreciation. But I love when he does that step fadeaway. He's so good with that. Dirk Nowitzki is so good with that. I really, really like when Dirk Nowitzki does that. I just really like Dirk Nowitzki. I just think, he does show a lot of sportsmanship. He's a great player. He's German. He's just so charismatic, I feel like. But I'll be sad when he retires. I'll be really, really sad when he retires. See, because that's the end of that generation. You feel me? The end of that fucking generation of everybody going down. It's exhausting, man. I really, really like that generation. I don't know why, they gotta fucking leave all of a sudden. But, I'm not a huge fan of it. But, whatever. Here are my projections for the playoffs. Warriors Grizzlies are first round. I think it's gonna go 6 games. I think the Warriors win in a gritty series with KD's help. I think probably it's gonna go to Warriors gonna be up 3-1, and then Memphis gonna win game 5, and Warriors gonna win game 6 on the road. I like Memphis's grit. I think Memphis gives them some problems. They're gonna be some tough wins. But ultimately, I think the Warriors grind it out. Spurs Nuggets, 5 games. I like the Nuggets down low, but the Spurs, Kawhi Leonard, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, come playoff time, can't deny it. The Nuggets don't have any guards to complement them, so I think the Spurs get it done in 5. The Nuggets get 1 on them. Thunder Trailblazers, Melo, George. I think will come bigs in game 5 and 6, hit some clutch shots. It's really good to see them playing well and meshing well. Like I said, games 5 and game 6, they're going to hit clutch shots and close it out against the Trailblazers. I really like the Trailblazers. I told you earlier, I think they're a great team. Yusuf Nurkic, they're going to really click. So I think they're going to give them hell for the first 4 games, and the Thunder are going to blow them out in the last 2. Rockets Timberwolves. Oh, I got the Rockets in 7. Okay, I'll explain why. James Harden and Chris Paul are both not good defenders. They don't play defense. Think about it. You're playing against a team with Jimmy Butler, Karl-Anthony Towns, and Andrew Wiggins. Neither team can play defense. It's going to be a scoring bonanza. I think the Timberwolves will get games 2, 4, and 6. Or they might steal 5 somewhere. Either way, I think the Rockets will win in game 7. I think CP3 and James Harden will be able to put it all together at the end. The thing I like about this is that James Harden is so bad at defense, but whatever. That's how I think the first round's going to turn out in the West. The East, Cavs, Miami Heat, 5 games. I think Isaiah Thomas missed the fourth quarter. This is why they got him, for these type of moments in the fourth quarter. And honestly, I can't wait. Going to be a great series. Going to be a great thing. It's going to be a nice sight to behold. I think the Cavs are going to play really well. I really like the Cavs this year. With D-Wade and IT, I really like the New Look Cavs, but I do think they'll close us out in 5 games. Sorry. IT will take the weight off LeBron. It'll be a no-sweat series. Miami will win game 4. At home, get one for the fans. Celtics Hornets, 5 games. See, I like the Hornets, okay? But they suck. Other than Kemba, they suck. Kemba was great at UConn too. But other than Kemba, who is on that team that you can tell me is a definite superstar? Nobody. They all stink. So, sorry. I'm picking the Celtics in 5. Kyrie dominates that series, takes over Kemba. Hayward does solid production. Raptors Bucks rematch of last year's. I think the Bucks, not the Bucks. Sorry, I think the Raptors take this in 7. They're gonna do what they usually do: lose game 1 at home, grind it out. But they suck in the playoffs. I said this earlier. They suck in the playoffs. They are so goddamn bad. Anyway, but yeah, I just think just the way they're playing, not playing great. So I think I take the Raptors 7 games. The Bucks don't have a defense, young team. Lowry and DeRozan will always show up in game 7s at home as well. They will not lose that. Raptors will get it. Wizards Sixers. That one will go to 6. Wizards. Wizards, like I said, they have a solid defense. Joel Embiid is going to dominate Marcin Gortat down low, though. But John Wall, Bradley Beal will win game 5 and game 6. They'll blow them out. I think it'll be 2-2, and then Simmons, Embiid, and Fultz are going to get overwhelmed after that. It's not, it's not a big deal. First year coming in the NBA, it's a win. That season would be a win if they got all the way to the first round and 7 games. Season's a win for them. I think Fultz is going to win Rookie of the Year. So we'll have to see on that. We'll have to see on that and see what happens. But I really I like the Sixer team. I really like the Sixer team. Anyway, sorry. Second round Western Conference, Warriors, Rockets. Let's go. This is gonna be one hell of a series. I think this is gonna go 7 as well. CP3 and Harden are gonna fight and fight. See, both teams don't have a bench. It's gonna be an offensive fireworks. But I think Kevin Durant's gonna Kevin Durant and Draymond Green are, no, sorry, just Kevin Durant. I think Draymond Green, should play well, but I don't think it's gonna be the difference. I think the difference in this series is gonna be Kevin Durant nailing shots because they have Ryan Anderson offensively and they can move some pieces the Rockets can offensively to sort of match Draymond. But I think KD is the difference here. KD's gonna get it done in Game 7. They're gonna get like 30+ points on Trevor Ariza. And that's just Trevor Ariza. Damn, I remember him on the Lakers. Good fella he was. Spurs Thunder. I take the Thunder in 6 games. Melo and George are going to limit Kawhi Leonard. In terms of defensively, they're going to tire him out. I feel like Kawhi Leonard will still play well. He'll still put up his points, but I think they will limit Kawhi. Limiting Kawhi is not kind of a big deal since I have him winning MVP. So I think limiting Kawhi is like taking his 30 points to 25 type thing. You feel me? Like, so it doesn't have a huge impact on the court type thing. Thunder get this in 6. They take over Game 4 and Game 6, and they get 3-1 lead, and then they get to 4-2. I think the Spurs are kind of declining in terms of in the playoffs because of their age and how they play in the regular season. It's just really, really hard for them to click in the playoffs. So even though you can take a lot of rest, but age is going to catch up to you. Eastern Conference, second round, you got the Cavs and the Wizards. I wanted this matchup in the Eastern Conference Finals last year so bad, but going to be offensive fireworks. Even with IT now, it's going to be crazy. Okay, it's going to be fucking crazy. It's going to be off the charts. It's going to be great. I really, really love the Cavs roster this year. I really love the Wizards roster this year. 6 games. I think it's 2-2. Then IT and LeBron both step up in the fourth quarters and help him close it out. So IT is actually helping himself here because if he gets to the finals, he might get a max somewhere. So yeah, I just think makes sense. 6 games. Bad defensively. Celtics Raptors. I'm picking the Celtics in 5 here. Celtics have home court as well. Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward. I just think the Celtics are the better team. Kyrie Irving's going to play really, really well. He's going to take down Lowry. DeRozan's going to play a lot better. I just think the way the Celtics will play, Kyrie Irving is that difference maker. And I think the Celtics will play at a very, very high level in that series. And I think it's going to be easy. Some of these games are going to be blowouts. Hayward's going to get a lot of points. Raptors suck on defense. They can't really... Raptors have a problem in the playoffs, okay? They fail to hold it all together, and they can't piece anything. So they end up sucking, but they don't really suck. They just... whatever. God, they just fucking suck. Anyway, Western Conference Finals, Warriors, Thunder. So I think that the difference here is once again going to be Klay Thompson in this series. Melo, George could shut down. George and Durant's going to be neck and neck. Melo, Draymond Green's going to be neck and neck. Russ and Steph is going to be neck and neck. I think Klay Thompson's shooting, Klay Thompson's IQ, Klay Thompson, the way he plays the game, I think that will put him at a clear advantage over Andre Robertson. I think that's the only real tactical thing they have. I mean, even Steven Adams is better than Zaza. But, hey, I mean, they didn't eat his Cantor dirty, I'll tell you that. Fucking Jesus. But, yeah, Melo and George play well. They play really well. They put it out. I think the Thunder can steal Game 5. But I think the Warriors win Game 6 and Game 7. Klay Thompson, I think, is going to show out in Game 1 and Game 4. And 6 and 7. I think he's going to show up in all of their games. I think he's playing really, really well, efficiently. He's going to be the difference maker. He hits 20 points. He's probably going to win them the game. He's probably going to hit some clutch threes, play some clutch defense, switch around here and there. He always plays defense on Russell Westbrook. So I just really like what they're doing. But OKC's going to be a successful season. I think George is going to resign because of this. I think OKC, I want to see them in the finals, but not this year. It's a new experiment. The Warriors are still there. I just don't see it happening. I mean, I can say Paul Pierce was saying it, but Paul Pierce, buddy, career's over, buddy. Shut up. You suck. You stink. You're stupid. Kevin Durant's the best player on them. Shut up. Eastern Conference Finals. Cavaliers Celtics. I got the Cavaliers in 7. Kyrie and Hayward both gonna play out of their mind. I think they're gonna steal games 1 and 4. They're gonna go up 2-1, and then I think the Cavs are gonna win game 5, games 4 and game 5, and the Celtics will take game 6, and I think the Cavs will take game 7. I really like Kyrie Hayward. I think games 4 and 7 will be really, really close and hard to know who's gonna win until final buzzer sounds. I think the Cavaliers win because of IT at the end. IT and LeBron come out clutch in game 6 and barely win and survive. But, I mean, not game 6, sorry. They lose game 6, but they blow them out in game 7. I feel like game 7 is going to be the only blowout of this series. Rest of the games are all going to be really, really close, and then the Cavs are just going to come in game 7 completely focused and completely ready to go to the NBA Finals, and they're going to get it done. So, NBA Finals, yep, you already guessed it. I did all those projections and all those picks to come down to the ultimate conclusion of the same shit over again. Cavaliers versus Warriors. IT, D-Wade, LeBron, Kevin Love, and I have no idea who the fourth is going to be yet because they haven't announced anything, so I don't fucking know. That's actually a very important fourth decision because freaking Draymond Green in that series. But anyway, Warriors, you got fucking, the regular Curry, Thompson, Durant, Draymond Green, Zaza Pachulia. I think this one will go to 6 this year. There's still going to be close games. I think the Warriors are going to get games 1 and 2 again. I think the Warriors will get game 5. I think the Warriors are going to go up 3-1, and then the Cavs are going to win game 5, and then they're going to win game 6 on the road versus Cleveland. I just think, I don't like it. I'm not a huge fan of the format coming back, but I guess it helps the freaking home team get game 5, which I don't know why that makes such a difference, but I guess it does. So, yeah, I think KD still proves there's too much on offense and defense. LeBron's still going to be worn out. Dwayne Wade's old as well. He's going to get worn out faster. Warriors are still going to be a superpower. IT is actually a downgrade from Kyrie Irving in terms of how they're going to match up with Stephen Curry defensively. Stephen Curry is going to start to go off a little bit more. Kevin Durant's going to average 25 points. Kevin Durant's going to win Finals MVP for the second straight year. And the Warriors repeat. Warriors are going to repeat this year. I just think that they have it. They have all the pieces in. And, yeah, I think the Warriors are going to repeat. And I think they play well. They play well offensively and defensively. And I think the Warriors are going to play really well. And they're going to repeat. But, yeah, I just think the way they're playing their pieces, they're put very well together. So I really like the Warriors. And the way they're going to repeat, it's going to be very, very, very easy. Not very easy, sorry. Very hard, very, very hard. But they're going to get it done and repeat. And, yeah, NBA season's going to be fun. I hope some of these projections come through. Or this would be a really, really fun season, especially the playoff projections. I don't really know about the award projections. I just did them for fun. Don't kill me. But I think NBA season's going to be really, really fun. I'm sorry this video is really going to be really, really long, 35 minutes. And I feel like putting it all on separate topics and talking about it, I just want to put it all in one. I'm really, really perplexed to see all these super teams this year. I do think none of it will impact the Warriors. I think it will make the Warriors have to work harder, obviously, but it will not make the Warriors, I don't think the Warriors are at home sweating about the Rocket super team, But I really like the way they're constructing it and they're playing really, really well. So I can't wait, and I just think honestly, I'm ready. I'm ready to see what's gonna happen this year. I'm surprised because this year is going to be crazy, and everyone's proven that the NBA is a business, so the NBA can only go up from here. I really like, though, is Adam Silver taking a lot of initiative. I hope he takes more initiative this year. I hope there aren't really any other messy situations in the NBA, so we can just enjoy basketball for what it is. I like basketball. I can't wait for this to start. You see, the thing about this is they can play really. All these teams are going to really, really have to figure it out early on. All these new-look teams, all these new-look people, all these new looks everywhere. But I do think eventually all these teams will figure it out, get all these wins. I really, really like... Now, I hope we see more of Drake on the sideline. I hope the TV schedule, I was going to have the Lakers. I just really, really like how this season is headed. I really like how they're going to play well, and it's it is what it is. You know what I mean? So yeah, thanks for just great season. I can't wait. Let's do this. NBA season 2017. Let's go, Lakers.